Hello, today we're going to be using Adobe Lightroom on an iPad Pro to edit some photos. If you've never used Adobe Lightroom on an iPad before, that's okay, follow along, and by the end of this video, you'll have a good idea of some of the things that you can and cannot do on the Lightroom iPad app. So I've already gone ahead and I have imported my photo into Lightroom. Looking at this photo, I want to bring out the colors and the texture of the rock. I want to bring out the color of the water. I want to also remove some of the legs, which are up in the top of the photo. And there's also a head in the bottom left-hand corner as well. So I'm going to be using all the different features and settings available in the iPad app to get rid of the mistakes and to also change the color and increase the textures and the brightness. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the light panel here. If it isn't open, you can just click on the little arrow and that will bring it down. I'm first going to go to this S-curve button here and it will bring up this line that goes across the photograph. So this line will allow us to change the exposure and contrast to adjust certain parts of the photo. So if I want to adjust the top parts of the image, I click on the S-curve and I can increase it. So you'll notice that it's bringing up the lighter parts of the photo. If I want to bring out the contrast and the texture and the color of the rock, if I adjust it a little bit lower, it's bringing out those colors, making it a little bit richer and deeper. But in doing so, it's making the light of the water a little bit darker. So we don't want that. So what we can do is we can adjust here to create a nice S-curve of the exposure, but also to bring out the colors in the rocks. So I'm going to keep adjusting this to get to a point where I'm happy. So when you're editing your photos, you'll be able to adjust the S-curve to bring out the color and the texture to a point where you're happy the most. So I think that looks quite good. If we move across to this part here, so this can adjust the colors, the individual colors, so the RGB, red, green, and blue. If I want to adjust the red spectrum, I can click on the red, and then as you can notice, it's increasing the color temperature of the photograph. So if I bring it up, then you can see it's getting warmer because it's bringing up the reds in this photo. The opposite happens when I bring it down. Now, this photo, I feel like it needs to be a little bit warmer, just because I know the location, it is in a warm place. So I feel like it does need to be a little bit warmer. And again, we can adjust certain areas. The same can be said with the green and the blue. So if you wanted to adjust the green, you can do so. But I'll just undo that change. With that, we can also adjust the color. So in this panel here, if we open that, we can adjust the temperature further. We can also add a tint to this image. And we can bring out the vibrance. So by increasing the vibrance, notice how the texture and the colors of the rock are changing. So I quite like that. Now, it's always a fine line between bringing out the best in the image and going too far and making it look oversaturated. So you've got to find that sweet spot for bringing out the vibrancy, but without making the edit look like an edit. So I like that there. All right, we can also change the color mix. So I'm liking the water here, but I kind of want to make it look more warm and inviting. So I can click on the blue and I can increase them further, so I can adjust the hue. So it might be a little bit hard to see on your screen, but the water here is becoming a deeper shade of blue. Again, we can adjust it further. And we can also bring out the saturation. And we can also change the brightness of a color within the image. So you can probably see the changes being made there. I kind of like it there because it's bringing out the lines in the rock even further. Scrolling down, we also have effects. If we open the effects tab, we can increase the texture, and I think this is particularly good for the rock. Again, it's finding that sweet spot for too much versus not enough. If we go the other way, you can see how it's making it smoother, almost like an oil painting. And that could be a good effect. If you wanted to create the illusion of a slow shutter speed on water, this could be a good effect to use. I feel like the texture should be around here for the rock. Clarity as well can be adjusted. So if we bring it down, you can see it's getting hazy. And then again, if we really wanted to bring out that texture and that in the rock, it's just here. Vignette, that will create a nice little shadow around the image to draw the viewer's eye into the frame and towards something. Now, at this point, I'm not quite happy with the changes I've made, particularly with the water. Now, the rock looks absolutely stunning. I think I've achieved my goal in bringing out the texture and the colour of the rock, but I'm not quite happy with the water, so I just want to make some basic edits to this part of the photo. So how do I do that? Well, the way you do that is by going to this button here, clicking the plus tool, and then painting for where you want to make your changes. So I'm going to make my changes here to the water and also to the rock behind the pool. Now, if I go into light, I can change the exposure for just that particular area. So I make it a little bit brighter. I can adjust the contrast. I can adjust the shadows. But I can also adjust the color. So I feel like in this instance, we want to make it a little bit bluer to bring out the color of the water. So I can adjust that I'll just undo that. I can adjust and then I can also change the tint or the saturation. So I'm just going to move these around just to see where that nice sweet spot is for the color. I don't want to make my colors too noticeable in terms of the edit that I've made, because as I said, it is a fine balancing line. So I think that works. So I like the color, the texture and the color in the rocks, and at least it might not be perfect, but I can keep editing it to get it to a perfect point a little bit later. All right, so let's just go to what it looks before. So this was before and after. So it's not 100% perfect just yet, but it's getting there. So I've achieved my goal of bringing out the colors and the texture in the rock. I'm not quite liking these legs that are in the way. So how do I get rid of those? Well, the answer is you use the Band-Aid or the heel tool or the heel brush. And it's quite simple. You can just select the area for where you wish to adjust. So and you can change the start spot for where you want it to be taken from. Okay, again, that's not quite what I was expecting, and I can further manipulate that a little bit later. I'll just change the feather and the opacity as well, just to help ease it. So that's not what I wanted, so further editing of this part in particular will be needed, but in order to get rid of those legs, you use the heel brush tool. I'm not 100% perfect and happy with that, but further editing of that will be needed. Under the Effects tab, we have also got Detail. So Detail can be used to sharpen the image. And also if you wanted to do some masking, you can do it. Noise reduction as well. So if you have a high ISO and there's a bit of grain within the image, you can use this tool to remove the noise. Under detail, you've got optics. So if you've used, for example, an iPhone camera, or there's lens warping or lens distortion, these buttons here will allow you to make those amendments. The geometry tab will also allow you to make further changes and alterations. If you took a low angle of a building, for example, and you wanted to adjust it so that it looks more like an eye level, you can make the changes under the geometry tab. So I'm going to continue editing this, and I'll show you the finished image at the end of this video. For the moment, for more tips, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can keep watching. But this is just a basic general overview of some of the things that you can do in Lightroom.